Hi, welcome to Yarning at the Homestead. This is episode 36. My name is Tammy. You can find me as Gracie's Goodies on Instagram or Tammy G on Ravelry. Hi, welcome back. Happy New Year. This is the first time I've podcasted in about 3 weeks. My last podcast was on December 25th. And on the 25th, I mentioned that my spouse had gotten sick and I started getting sick that day. So yeah, we don't know whether it was COVID or not. We could not find a test. There were tests were not available anywhere. It's still kind of difficult to find a test here, but it is getting better. And there has been some price gouging, I know, especially on Amazon for these tests. It was crazy. So I ended up just quarantining. I talked to work and they just had me quarantine one more day because of my symptoms, when my symptoms started and everything. One more day and I went back to work and I've been fine. I still have some congestion, which the nurse said is very common, but I'm not coughing anymore or anything like that. So that is good. So hi, first podcast of 2022. Whew. Let's get started. So do I have anything finished? I do, and I did not pull them out. Give me just a second. They're right here. Okay, so I finished my unique socks. I have not worn them yet, but this is by the Unique brand, UNEEK brand, I believe. I'll have to look up or put it down if there's any others. And it is their sock yarn. And I saw this advertised from a local yarn shop on their newsletter, and I really just loved this colorway. And so I asked them if they had this colorway, because you know they advertise and it's the publisher's pictures. And they said yes, I went and got it. The only thing was that it was in one ball, and so I did them one at a time. But I love them because chartreuse, color chartreuse here, this is my favorite color. So I am in love. Although one looks like it might be a little short in the foot, but that's okay. So I am in love. So I did these, it's just a vanilla sack pattern, 2x2 rib. It would have been a US 1, so I think that's 2.25. Heel flap and gusset. Yeah, heel flap and gusset, and then I would have Kitchenered the toe. So yeah, that is my one finished object. So what I have been doing is I kind of started like a journal, because I do keep things pretty up to date on my Rav page, or I have this past couple months. I haven't been keeping things up to date, but sometimes it's a pain in the butt to log on and do all that, and the phone one is just not great. So I started a journal. I think I showed this in the last podcast, or yeah. So I've had this book for years, and I've just always kept it and waiting to see what I was going to do with it. So what I did is I went through, so here we go, Amy's craft journal, and I went through and wrote down all of my whips. So here's one page. Here's the second and a half a page. So 2.5 pages. You can see I finished the unique socks, so those are crossed off. I do believe I am going to be frogging at least one thing on here, one of my shawls, because I don't think I'm ever going to finish it, and I don't think I'd ever wear it. It's a lace shawl. It was a knit along. And the colorway is inspired by Game of Thrones. I like the colorway. I'm probably use it for something else, but not the shawl. I am going to finish my Outlander shawl, though. I really like that one. I have to find it, though. So one of my goals, I don't have work tomorrow. We are off for Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Oh, let me finish this. I'm so distracted right now. So then I split up my whips into, okay, there's all my sock whips. You see them? Yeah. And then my sweater whips. One of them is a baby sweater, and one of them is actually a t-shirt. my shawls and cowls. Yeah. And one of these, like I said, I am going to, the one Fire and Blood up here, which was started in 2014, will be frogged. Accessories. And yeah, I did put them in different colors too. And other stuff. So that I wasn't sure where to put. And I don't have really one for crochet. I didn't put one in here for my crochet whips. They're kind of mixed in. My crochet whips are kind of mixed in. They're this side over here. And so then I started. So my first, and then what I did was I have a bunch of these books for school because I want to be that teacher that keeps a calendar going and a journal going, and I try every year. I buy one every year, and I buy all the books, and I really love them. Never use them, but they have these get it done. So I went through each category and wrote down which of the ones that I wanted to get done the first. So obviously my unique socks are done, so now I just got to work on my Monster Mash ones. Those are my next priority. The sweaters, it's Yellow Brick Rodeo, and it's going to be Love Note because I just started Love Note. Cowls, it's these three. Those are all actually shawls. Yeah, those, no, 2 shawls, 1 cowl. But the cowl is all cables. Yeah. And then the accessories, I have one in the accessories, and I don't think I have one for, yeah, I have it here, but I didn't put anything down for get it done. So what I'm going to be adding throughout this. So, like I said, I've started two since the year started. So here's my love note, and I'm just going to write my notes in here. So right now I have, when I started it, the yarn, I didn't put my needle size, I'm going to do that. And then just some fun stickers to jazz it up. Then I started another poncho. I'll talk about that in a minute. I do have the needle size in here and the yarn when I started it. And then a couple of stickers, not too many. I do have to add some more because I think I'm gonna love this. So that was one of my projects, my works in progress. So if you watch Yarn and Yarns, Angela, she does, hi Angela, she does a 12 cast-ons between Christmas Day, I think it starts on Christmas Day, might be earlier, and I want to say it's the end of January. I don't know if it is or not, but I join in every year. But this year, looking at the amount of whips I actually have and knowing that not all my whips are in there, I still have whips I have not pulled out. I decided that I'm only going to do 6. Although I did write down 12. So I may start some of these others. So here are my 12 cast-ons. Here we go. There are my 12 cast-ons. I've actually started 7. I started my Christmas Eve cast-on, which is my Hygge and Hearth scarf, which is here. I started that on the 24th. So I don't remember. Yeah, I think it starts at Christmas Eve. So my Christmas Eve cast on that I started on the 24th. Then I started my Litmus cowl on the 25th. I'll show these all in a minute. My rocket tee on the 29th. My love note on the 2nd. My Glacier Bay poncho on the 6th. And then I also started some Santa socks for next year. I started them already on the 30th. I started a Needlefelt on the 28th. And then on the 9th, I started a crochet one called the Shield Beanie. So I did pull out a bunch of other ones. I think I talked about this in the last podcast. I'm not sure I am going to get to any of those, except for the lady finger sweater. I do know I'm going to be doing that one, and probably Dolores, but I can't find my Dolores, so I kind of have to pull out a tub and see if it's in there. So those are all there too. So we'll see. So what did I start on? All right, I started on the Hygge, and that is still just at the beginning. It's still just at the beginning. I didn't do any more to it than what I had already shown. Okay, so I haven't worked on that at all. This is in my Whimsy Stitches bag that I got with my advent calendar, and I'm using the Whimsy Stitches advent calendar for that. So that is that, and the calendar is like right here. What is this? Oh, I started these. I don't know when I started these, but I started these. So let me figure these out too. This was, I'll have to figure out when I started these. This is a pattern that goes along with, let me pull it out. These are the Color Scape mitts, and it is a pattern by a local yarn shop owner. Hold on, let me grab the, I made the cowl for myself a couple years ago. And then when we were at the yarn shop, my spouse and I, she really liked these mitts, and so I am making her, so here's the kit. I am making her the fingerless mitts to go along with it. So this would also have been a cast on. So I will have to figure out when I cast that on. Okay, so those two are there. And then I have the shield beanie. Now, the shield beanie, I did not realize was crochet, and I am working on it. However, if you have never crocheted and you think ribbing in knitting is tedious, try crochet ribbing. Okay, look, that's as far as I've gotten. And it's through the back loop only. It's just, it's tedious. And I've got a long way to go because this is this part of the hat. So yeah, a long way to go. And this is the directions, the pattern is from Lattes and Llamas, and the yarn is a Supernatural inspired Abaddon colorway. And it's just this purple. You can see it when I put it on too. So I did start that. That is going to take me a long time. This is not going to be a fast project because holy hell, that ribbing takes forever. And then I have my Litmus cowl, which I'm loving. And I was looking for this and looking for it, and I just found it buried over there. I'm on the second colorway for my Litmus cowl. Sorry, I'm on the third because I am doing this dark gray in between. So I am doing, I believe I did 15 rounds and then 5 rounds and then 15 rounds of the minis. And this is from my Advent Skein 2019. This is from my Advent Skein 2019 from a local yarn dyer called Knits for Comfort. So that's next cast on. Then I cast on some socks. Look how dark it is in this bag. Can't see anything. Let me just feel around and see if I can find the needle here. There we go. And I just barely have cast them on. And I'm doing the Do-Si-Do pattern by Crazy Sock Lady. And these are self-stripe, black and red. I'll have them ready for next Christmas. Yeah, I think I have. And I haven't finished my Advent socks yet. So that's 3 pairs of Advent socks that I started. 1 pair I did not start this year. And then these. Yes. And then I cast on my Rocket Tee. This is just barely cast on. So here we go. Just barely cast on. And it is with the yarn I bought when I was in Norway. So it's really special for me. It's like a grayish green. And I have the mohair that goes with it. And I'm so happy I bought this. And I had no idea. And I've had it for, I think I went to Norway in 2016, 2017, somewhere around there. So I've had it for a while, maybe 2018. Because I know I did the other thing in 2016. So maybe 2018. So that's my Rocket Tee by Tanis Lavallee. My love note is what I'm working on right now. So I'm working mostly, excuse me. Sorry. I know I should have a tissue, but I don't have any tissues right here. My love note is I is coming along. I'm on the first section of the lace section right now. So this yarn, the yarn that I'm using for this, the mohair I bought from Fuse Fiber Studios when she was going out of business. And I believe it's called Date Night. And I was looking for one to match that for a love note. And this is Miss Babs. And it's very similar. And Miss Babs is called Dark Cassiopeia. So I'm very happy with these. So right now, pretty much this is my priority because I kind of would like it done for Valentine's Day. And I'm also working on my Yellow Brick Rodeo, which is a t-shirt. And I finished the bodice, what's this called? I finished the, geez Louise, what is that called? Hold on, because I know it's in here. Yoke. I finished the yoke. And I'm straight just on the body now, and there's really not sleeves. I mean, there's a little bit, and I'm going to add a little bit more to the sleeves. So it's just really till I get to the ribbing, and then it's, and then put some sleeves, little sleeves, and then I'm done. And I like to have that done for spring. So those are my two priorities right now. Love note and that t-shirt, sweater. But I'd also like to get the rocket tee done for that. And then I'm starting my first needle felting. So I've had this Jack Frost needle felting kit for, I think, probably 2 years now. I bought it when a local yarn shop was selling. She was selling to someone else. And I still go there. I enjoy it. It's nice. It's probably my, well, there's one that's closer, but it's my second closest. But it's mostly all commercial yarn. So I do go there because she does have Malabrigo, which is good. And I don't know if the new owner is like switching things out and deciding to carry other things. When I went there, there was a lot of, can't think of the name, one certain commercial brand, not a brand that I'm choosing to use anymore. I have a bunch of it. I'm Cascade, and I'm using it up, but I'm not sure I'm going to use it anymore. Look them up, whatever. So this is what Jack Frost looks like. And this is where I am. So it's actually quite interesting. When I first made him, you know, it was, shall I say, a very unfortunate shape. Because it's cylindric. It's a cylinder shape type, kind of. And then you kind of gotta felt it down into a point here. So yeah, he was a little naughty for a little bit. And it's funny because I was doing it and I was actually listening to a podcast while I was doing, so I had my headphones on because my spouse was home. This was after I'd already started this. I was on the second part of it. And my spouse was home and she was listening, she was watching TV, and remember, I'm in a loft. So right behind the camera is open space to downstairs to our living room. And she was talking to me. I couldn't hear her at first, and I took my earphones off, and I was able to hear it. And she's like, I didn't know what that knocking was. And it took me a minute, and I realized you're killing something up there. I'm like, oh yeah, I am killing something up here. So that's like, stabbing. Good for frustration, but ooh, does your arm get tired? So those are my, oh, I got one more. Then I went recently to the yarn store that I used to go to all the time because she was my closest. But then she moved to another town, and then I moved 3 towns the opposite way. So I very rarely go there anymore. But I had to go. We weren't at school yet, but I had to go. No, it was a day off. I went and got my infusion, which is in the town that I teach in. That's my doctor. That's where I was. And I had time after that, so I stopped at her store, which is kind of like, so the town I teach in is here. I live way over here, and her store is over here. So I still kind of had to do a detour to go see her store, to go to her store, and then come back up this way. I wanted to get some needles, and I've been looking for a 9-inch circ 2.5. I only have one, and I need two, but she didn't have them. But I did get needles, and then I saw this project. And I'm a sucker for ponchos, although I rarely wear them. I have a bunch, but I rarely wear them. You see that? But I thought my spouse might wear it. We're looking for things that she can just kind of throw on quickly. And all the yarn was on sale. So I'm like, okay, no brainer. You got the pattern with the yarn and everything. So this is the yarn. It's the commercial yarn. It is Universal Yarn Deluxe Worsted Tweed. And I am on the ribbing on the bottom. It is work in pieces. So this is the front. I have to do 12 rows. Then I have and then go up to with the pattern. And then this is worked separately. The back is worked separately, and then they're put together and seamed up the sides. And then this is picked up the stitches. I don't know if it's worked separately, so I don't know if you pick up the stitches. I don't want to think you pick up the stitches. I think you're just, it says cast on for work in columns, pattern 2-piece, and with bind off all stitches. Work as front pattern. Maybe you don't. Maybe I'm just picking up the stitches. Okay, I'm looking at it now, but I'm going to have to really look at it later. So yeah, so those are all the things I'm working on right now, and it's a lot. It is a lot. I think I'm a little overwhelmed right now with the amount of projects I have, and I'm ready to, and yarn. Yeah, I was online, I was on Etsy, and I want another sweater bag. You know, I've been talking about sweater bags. My last sweater bag is full with my Christmas sweater. That's not going anywhere. And I still need bags. I have a bunch. They're all over there in that corner behind the reddish yarn. There's 2 baskets, one of those big baskets, fair trade baskets. You know, I bought it at Rhinebeck. It's full of empty project bags. And then I have one of these things also full of empty project bags, but they're all pretty much small. They're like sock bags, because that's what I was doing for the longest time. So I don't really have too many big bags. So yeah, that's my dilemma. But I went on and then I was looking at yarn, and I'm like, I really don't need any more yarn. Shh, I didn't say that out loud. But Mel and Tosh was having a sale, buy 2 get 1 free, and so I have 6 keys of that yarn coming in. But it's mystery yarn, so I have no idea. I don't know the colors or anything. I know the weight. I did pick the weight, and I thought I picked DK, but for some reason I don't have DK coming in. I have fingering coming in. That's okay. I'm fine with that. But yeah, so I'm like, yeah, no more yarn. I say that now. I may change my mind later, because there is really, I do kind of want to make myself a little kit from somebody's yarn. The person, he has a bag, and he has some stitch markers, and then he has some yarn, and I'm kind of going back and forth on ordering it. I still might get it. I'm probably gonna get it. It's bee inspired. I like bees. Bees are interesting animals. As long as they're not fucking yellow jackets. Excuse my language. There's no excuse for yellow jackets, hornets, or wasps. Those suckers can die. They're just little assholes. But honeybees, we need honeybees. Okay, so that is where I'm at, and that is what I've been doing. I went out yesterday, and then I was at TJ Maxx, and I found this. Let me just you know about clarets? And I'm like, oh my gosh, that would be great to throw some of my little balls in it. So yeah, so now I have this sitting on the side. The first one and then I came and I was debating, and I'm like, well, maybe I should put all my Zobber balls in it. But Zobber balls are too big. They'll take up too much space. And I think I probably can only get maybe 3 in. 3 in each one, maybe 4. And I have more Zobber balls than that. So Narwhals can stay where they are. They're in a basket. Okay, so what have you been up to? What have you been doing? I'd love to hear from someone. I'd love to hear some comments about how your holiday was. How was your New Year? We are expecting a decent storm. When they first issued it, we were gonna get like, I don't know, my spouse was saying something crazy like 6 to 11 inches or something like that. I've only seen 3 to 6, possibly a little over 6, and she thought it started like during the day, and I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure it's starting late afternoon, early evening into the night, and it is. It's not starting for a little while. It's 3:45 now, and it hasn't started yet. It's not starting, although it does look like it's getting ready to start. It's very gray out there. It is very gray out there. Not like it's been really sunny. We've had a couple sunny days, but they've been freaking frigid. So yeah. So yeah. I said that a lot. Did I just say yeah like 3 times in 30 seconds? Who am I? Anyway. So, here's my cell. I think I've run out of things to say. I thought I was going to be on for a lot longer, but geez, I spoke fast, I spoke quickly, and I showed you what I had. And do I have any acquisitions? Nope, just the universal yarn. I think that's my only acquisition. Not like I need any other acquisitions right now. Nope, I don't. And I'm not wearing any knits. I don't tend to wear knits in my house. When I'm not going anywhere, I tend to wear sweats. I'm the most comfortable in sweats. So yeah, I tend to wear sweats. I will wear my knits when I'm gonna videotape and it's something new. I do have hand knit socks on right now that I've been wearing. I have to wash all my socks. I do hand wash my socks, but my sink is not draining well, so I need to get some like Drano or something before I wash them. I think I have like 8 pairs I need to wash. And I will wear them more than once without washing, but I don't put them back in my drawer if I've already worn them. So they're in a pile, and then I'll just pull them out if I want to wear them again. But hey, I got these I can wear. I got fresh knitted ones I can wear. And then I just realized I put the Monster Mash, but I have these, which I totally forgot about starting. And this one is almost done. I think I might actually finish this one today. This is almost done. So I think I might finish this one. This is on and Carlos. Finish this today, and then I can start the other one, and then I can just go. I think I might do that. And then the Monster Mash one. The Monster Mash is this yarn's a little thicker. The Monster Mash is it's like my favorite yarn, one of my favorite dye jobs ever. It's very speckled, and it is by someone who doesn't dye anymore. Oh crap! I see part of her tag. I can't think of it. I know part of the name, but I'm not going to say the whole. I'm not going to say it unless I don't know her whole name. And I have one sock. It's also almost done. So maybe I can get a pair of socks done today, and start on the second of both of those, and then continue working on my love note. I might just do my love note all day tomorrow. Though I do have to do some schoolwork. So we'll see. Alrighty, well, welcome to my blathering, because that's pretty much what I did. I hope I get some comments. Please comment, say hi, and tell me what you're working on for the new year. Are you crazy with whips? I don't mind having so many whips. They don't stress me out, although I will say this amount of whips, having written them all down, is stressing me out just a little bit. But I'm not making them for anybody. And I've got a student who is having twins, and today was supposed to be her baby shower. I bought her a gift. And today was supposed to be her baby shower, and I'm going to make her hats. And then they canceled it because of the surge in COVID, which is smart because I was going to go, and I had previously not gone to another student's baby shower because of COVID. but it's up in Massachusetts. And so today they decided, well, would just do a drive-by. But I didn't want to go, and then possibly the weather would start early, and then I get stuck in the weather. So I didn't go. And this student, like, I had her years and years. I had her in 2nd grade, and then they moved to Massachusetts. And the family has just, like, they used to come back and visit me, and we've just stayed in touch all these years. I got invited to her high school graduation, and it was so funny because I went to the high school grad, and it was like I was a rock star. They were like, "Oh, you're Mrs. Goodwin. We hear all about you." I'm like, "Okay." That was when I was a younger teacher. I'm an old, decrepit teacher now. That was pretty, like, she was probably, I think, my 3rd or 4th year of teaching, and I've been teaching 23 years now, so it was a long time ago. But then I have another student who just told me that she's having a baby, and it's due in June. And this girl I'm pretty close to. Her mom used to work in our building as one of the lunch ladies, and she used to come in and hang out in my classroom after she graduated and stuff, and my classroom and everything. She got married last year. I haven't met her husband yet. And she just sent me a message that she had picked up some yarn and a hook, and she was making her baby a blanket. And she's like, "I just remember being in your crochet club after school," because I did have a crochet club for like 2 years. I did crochet club after school for like 2 years. And so that was nice. That was a nice throwback. That was just a nice, like, wow. Yeah. And so she's having a baby girl, and I had already bought something to make for a baby girl because I just really liked this, and I got the yarn and everything. So I might get that started too, because that's in June. And then I have other babies that I have to make for. I have several babies that I still have to finish making things for. They're all about a year old. I've got one done. Yeah, a bunch of my students had babies all at the same time. Not students, because I teach 3rd graders. A bunch of my former students have had babies in the past 2 years. So I gotta get going on that baby making thing. Okay, not me baby making. My baby making days are over. But no baby making for me. Didn't work out. So it is what it is. But I can enjoy other people's babies. All right, I'm going. It's now 33, almost 33 minutes. You know how long it'll take to upload this? I'll talk to you again soon. Hopefully it's not going to be 3 weeks again. Okay, talk to you again soon. Bye. It's still videotape taping.